What's happening? Andy here. I'm joined today by Ondra from Wysoft. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Great. I am well. I am well. It's great to see you. I love seeing that building behind you. I've been there before myself. That's the headquarters in Brno, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Where are you located today? Are you at headquarters or are you working somewhere else?
I'm actually very close by. I'm in a small village near Brno. You know, by American standard, Brno is still a village too.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my hometown. So that's where my heart is. But I don't have a chance to live there right now. But yeah, that's our base of operations.
Well, it's an amazing area. It's in the Czech Republic, and I toured around there and got got to see everything that you guys are working on, the hardware manufacturing that you do, and the other buildings over near the universities. Cool place. How is the Czech Republic doing? I know you and I chatted real briefly before, but just for the viewers, with COVID, how are you guys doing?
Well, I would say that last few weeks were quite difficult. We didn't have such a tight restrictions in the summer, which I think that now we kind of see that it was a mistake. So the on-ramp of the second wave was quite harsh for us, but now I would say mildly, carefully optimistic because the numbers which are coming in this week are, I mean, the numbers of tests and the numbers of infected people are getting better, and so hopefully that will stay. Let's touch the wood.
Yes,
As
yes.
we say here. Yeah.
Good to hear. We are right in the middle of our upsurge right now, and it's pretty bad over here. But we're very optimistic as of this morning. We had some good news that it looks like there's a vaccine that's
yeah, Pfizer. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Pfizer's got something figured out. So let's hope that works out, and then maybe next year we can plan another visit back to Brno in the Czech Republic, right?
Yeah. Well,
moving forward, I'm glad to bring you on. We wanted to talk with you about, what's happening at Wysoft and certainly just kind of a quick review of the year. You've had the busiest year you've had since I've been covering you. Just off the top of my head, you celebrated your 20th anniversary, so congratulations to that.
Thank you.
You have come out with a whole bunch of new platforms, new products, both in the software arena as well as hardware. You launched that Omni series and the Wysoft Omni Bridge, which are adapters for universal print, and they work for Microsoft. We'll ask you, maybe you could just tell us a little bit about the big year Wysoft had, and then maybe we can talk about what's coming next.
Mm-hmm. So I would say that the offerings which we are coming to the market with this and the next year are all about digital transformation, and there are different angles to it, right? So you mentioned Omni, so I will say Omni for us is like it's like this dream or a vision fulfilled, that to really continue on our journey to combine meaningful software with meaningful hardware, because you have visited us, so that you know very well that we also have our hardware department, and we have manufacturing plants, and that we can just put all this into one package. And the point of OmniBridge is that's the evolution of our original platform, and the value we want to deliver with that is that we really want to help even the smaller customers, the SMBs, to really start with their digital transformation efforts. Those are the small businesses who really have a lot of legacy equipment, and they cannot replace it easily. And they still want to go to the cloud. They still want to take advantage of all those nice solutions, of all those RPAs and Microsoft 365s and Googles and other offerings. But because of all this legacy, they just cannot, and they are not in the position to make this significant investments just to change and overhaul everything. The first step for us is to cooperate with Microsoft, and we were there very early in this program of Microsoft. and we have been cooperating with them since a long time ago, is to enable customers to take a full advantage of Microsoft 365, including Universal Print, and connect even their existing equipment, their existing printers, the desktop printers, the multifunctions, everything to Universal Print. Because we both know that until there is support for Universal Print provided by the vendors, the adoption of that technology is going to be very slow. We are extremely excited about Universal Print. I think that Microsoft is introducing an absolute game changer to our industry, because let's face it, Microsoft owns the client ecosystem. They still do. Of course, there's mobile devices, there's Android, and there's iOS. But in the laptop space and in the desktop space, it's Microsoft. Just look at the market share. It's gigantic and overwhelming. And I think that, you know, my background is in engineering, and I think that Microsoft did very, very, very good job with Windows 10, and you can see that in the market adoption. So I don't really see this changing anytime soon. And the only thing which was kind of blocking the users, the customers to embrace the cloud was really printing, because that was still like very old-fashioned on-premise thing with all the drivers and all the configuration issues and networking requirements, a lot of legacy there. And Microsoft is now changing that with Universal Print. Universal Print basically removes all this hassle from that and moves your printing to the cloud. And it does that in a very secure way, which is also very important. So data privacy concerns, data residency issues, you can solve all that while still being in the cloud. So for me,
let me
it's
ask
really
you.
a game
Let me ask you
changer.
this about that, Ondra.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you've alluded to it a couple of times, but the big question I have, you know, you've pointed to the legacy equipment, right? So going forward, everyone's going to use Universal Print. All the manufacturers will be adopting it. All the software companies, you guys will, your competitors, everyone's going to do it.
Sure.
But the printers that are in the field, there is just a beyond substantial number of them that will never be able to attach to the cloud to take advantage of this, right? So part of this Omni solution is the Omni Bridge hardware piece of this, which is actually a little device, right? It's an edge server, is it a server? It's an edge device that sits next to the hardware, next to the printer.
Yeah.
And now allows that to take full advantage. So customers that want to get their printers into that environment, into that ecosystem, can do that through just a simple little hardware piece. And you guys developed and manufacture this, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and there is a reason why we do that this way. So first of all, I was mentioning security when I was talking about Universal Print, and that security extends to obviously to legacy equipment as well, right? You just because you have a legacy device, that doesn't mean that you want to sacrifice security.
Right.
And again, you know, the life cycle of multifunction devices in the field today is, let's say, 5 to 7 years, depending on the vendor and the contract and everything else. So if you just bought a new device and you want to take advantage of Universal Print, and for some reason you don't have a device which will get this firmware update from your vendor, you know, good luck, because you will be able to do it five years down the road. And so what can you do today? The first application we are offering for OmniBridge is the Omniup 365, which is the connector for Universal Print. The reason why we are doing our own hardware is one of the reasons is actually security, because we are able to provide what I call end-to-end security, which is ready for zero trust environments, and it's rooted in the hardware. So it's not just that you buy off-the-shelf hardware and you install something there and you generate a bunch of encryption keys, and then you will be happy for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
We are using the security enclave, which is part of the CPU, which is part of OmniBridge, to really make sure that it's more secure than just your normal, if you buy like, Raspberry Pi, or you buy like an Intel NUC, which are great devices. No problem with them. I'm actually using them myself for my experiments. But if you really want to rely on that, you need something more, let's say, trustable. I would say trustable. Yeah. And the second reason is that because we are able to pick our own components, we can make sure that it's really robust. So that, if just you put it under your table or behind a printer, and it starts collecting dust because it's a zero maintenance device, so you don't have to touch it, then it will not break, at least not anytime soon, not in the next 10 years.
Very cool, very cool. So I will put links to the Omni solutions in the description of below this video. Moving forward, while I still have you on, let's look forward to 2021. What's on the table? What do you think is coming down the pike? Where's Wysoft focusing its energy for the new year? You had a busy one this year.
Well, let's touch the elephant in the room first. That's COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that our curious viewers will probably ask, "What the hell is COVID?" I've never heard of it.
Like, yeah, I hope someday they're saying that. I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Are you guys still making masks? You were using your 3D printers to manufacture masks. Was that?
Oh yeah, that's true. No, it's what it's we don't because it's no longer necessary. Honestly, we were making the masks because there was a shortage of protective equipment for hospitals, and like the retirement homes and all that. But they caught up.
Good.
And we now actually have nanotech companies making those in the Czech Republic. It's a quite high-tech stuff, so it's no longer necessary. So we were just, I would say, closing the gap.
Yeah.
Delivering them for free to hospitals, and now it's not needed anymore.
Well, I applaud you for that. And so looking forward, 2021, COVID is still going to be here for at least a while. Maybe not throughout the whole year. We'll see. Right. But what else? What else do we have coming up? So what's going to happen?
So work from home is definitely going to be a topic.
Yes.
I think that it's going to be very different in the short term and in the long term. And I will get to the long term a little bit later. But the short term stuff is really going to be about, just how easy can it be for you to connect you basically to all your workflows, to all your use cases, which you need to be, let's say, participating in. Again, it's about security a lot, because the fact that you need to print, or you need to work with your documents, process them, scan all the other use cases related to printing. That doesn't mean that your employer, your company, will again be willing to sacrifice security. And actually, this is where Omni is stepping in quite nicely. Because should you have that at home, that will really deliver again end-to-end security, and help you to connect more easily. Also, SafeQ Cloud steps in, because then we can deliver a pure cloud experience with security in place, and you will basically get the same user experience as you are used to in your workplace. I think that in the long run, it's going about seamless, what I would say, roaming or commuting, if you will. Because I think that, if you look even at the last reports published by IDC, it's not going to be total work from home forever. And the reason why I believe that is that, I don't know about you, but I can see that people are just getting stir crazy. And I think that it's our nature to be, so we are sociable creatures, right? So we just want to be around people. Not maybe, I'm a very introverted person, so I'm recharging alone. but even me, I would never believe that. If you told me like 2 years ago, Ondra, you will be getting lonely and stir crazy at home, and you will literally beg your friends to meet with you, I won't believe you by any chance. But today, I'm crawling the walls here. Like I just want to see them here and there, and my colleagues as well.
Yeah.
So even though you don't have to commute every day, and I think that we and many companies realize that they just don't need to have everyone every day in the office. People will still want to go to the workplace 2 days a week, 1 day a week, 3 days a week, depending on your business, on the nature of your work, of course. So one thing which we will focus on heavily is going to be how to really increase the value of the roaming features. So it's not just about transitioning your data, your documents in a secure way, which we already do, and many of our competitors do that to all those print roaming solutions. And I don't want to mention any competitive trademarks, so let's leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah, but also about really providing like seamless user experience, not just across printers, but also across all your devices. Like you just want to see the same thing on your phone as you see on the device panel.
Yeah,
consistent. You want to have, consistent, exactly. And we do have that today to some extent, but I think that we have ideas how to improve this, and we will. And then it's also about seeing the same workflows. So if there is some kind of automation, again, you want to see it everywhere. You want to see it at home. You want to see it at work, and you also want to see it eventually on the road. So I'm not saying that we will deliver all that next year, but sooner or later we definitely will. For us, user experience, or I would say user journey, through the system is one of the most important things.
Well, you certainly seem well positioned to support mobile, especially with that Omni bridge. You have to figure, not that you could have foreseen this, but as everybody moves home, I don't know how it is there in your community, but I think most people here in my community do have a printer at home. Now the question is, how does it fit into the workflow, as if I need to use it for significant printing or for some work printing, and then the security becomes an issue. It's fine if it's just my little desktop and it's here and it's not bothering my work, but as soon as I tie into work, now that needs to be secure because you're putting your office at risk, your business network at risk, right? So that's where a product like Omni Bridge is going to come in, where you can take a legacy, an older printer that may not have that connectivity, that capability to work with universal print and all that, and now you can bring that into the ecosystem. So great timing on your part for that product, right? And I agree. I think as we move forward into the next year, people are going to still be mobile. People are going to continue to work from home. And I do think they will come back to the office. And it's not going to be overnight. Some will come back faster than others, right? But there are advantages to both. And I do think from collaboration standpoint, conversations like these, Microsoft Teams, they're great, but there is that social element that you're missing, that collaboration, that teamwork. There is just another level to it that you can't quite get to through a screen. So there was a reason that everybody worked under one roof for so long, and I do agree. We'll be working our way back to that. But until we get there, right, you've got to figure out how are we going to make business work and move forward and continue to be secure. And that's the name of the game, right? Because security, every day you pick up, you open up your a news article about another company that got hacked and got hit with ransomware and shut down. And, it's not just annoying, right? It's beyond detrimental, and it can cost you, even large companies, small companies, it can cost you everything if you get hit by that. So it's a great place to be. You guys are you're known for it, right? You're one of the more innovative companies that I follow, and it's not just software, which most people know you for. You do have a hardware component to your organization, which is kind of unique in this space, in that you're you're able to play both sides of it and really manufacture some solutions that are a little bit different, I think, and unique at times. So very cool. So I've enjoyed our chat. I'm glad you were able to take some time. You are in your afternoon, evening, I think at this point. It's probably dinner time for you, if not after. Any last words you want to say to the viewers, to the Y-softers over here in the States and throughout the rest of the world, and all your customers beyond that?
First of all, thank you very much, for taking your time. I enjoyed our conversation. I think that there is a lot more to Omni and SafeQ Cloud. Omniup is just the first application, and we really want to bring more, and we have great ideas in store, so please stay tuned. I also would like to wish everyone to stay healthy and safe in these troubled times. Let's hold our fingers crossed for the vaccine very soon. And if you catch it, please, asymptomatic. Be home and stay safe.
Stay home, right? So, yeah. Ondra, this was awesome. Thank you so much. We will hopefully we'll follow up midway through maybe next year, and we'll see how your predictions are going, and we'll go from there. Keep safe, and thank you again for taking time to chat with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.